Reap what you sow. Harry and Meghan entirely collapse by Queen's punishment during UK disastrous trip. Since their UK return, Harry and Meghan have faced one humiliation after another. A new photo perfectly encapsulates their disastrous trip. If ever there was an image that summed up the descent of Harry and Meghan, it was this. Former frontline working representatives of the Queen, members of the palace inner sanctum, to be left to demeaningly be shunted behind the 14-year-old son of Prince Edward and his wife Sophie. While the last time Harry had been inside the famed 17th-century church, for the Grenfell Tower National Memorial Service in 2017, he had sat somberly in the front row next to his brother and sister-in-law, William and Kate, Duke and Duchess of Cambridge. On Friday he was forced to accept his designated spot in cheap seats. The Sussexes' B-list status made all too painfully obvious. Harry and Meghan were being, quite literally, put in their place. And all of this is even before the fact that the Sussexes were booed outside the service by some members of the crowd, the first members of the royal family, as far as I'm aware, to get such a mortifying reception. With 2 days of the 4-day Jubilee celebrations now under royal belts, what is becoming clear is that for the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, who flew in via private jet for the occasion with their 2 young children in tow, this trip is proving to be a far from pleasant one in a public sense at least. The day before they arrived back, new polling done by YouGov revealed that their popularity had sunk to an all-time low. Quite an achievement for 2 people who have only been consistently falling in the public's estimation for years now. The last time trooping was held in London in 2019, Harry and Meghan were front and centre, enjoying a starring role in the carriage procession from Buckingham Palace to Horse Guards Parade and then later appearing on the Buckingham Palace balcony. And this time, while they were spared having to make the journey from the palace to Horse Guards via bus like the Yorks, Tyndalls and Phillips, the Sussexes made the trip via station wagon before they joined 70-odd other Windsors to watch proceedings from the Major General's office. In not a single one of the few photos of Harry and Meghan at trooping were they seen speaking to any of the more senior members of the royal family, only being photographed with the Tyndall and Phillips children and at one stage chatting to the 86-year-old Duke of Kent. Then came Friday's service of Thanksgiving. While again Her Majesty had made certain concessions to the couple, such as them arriving via Range Rover and not via the bus put on for the Queen's other grandchildren and cousins and the Sussexes being given their own entrance into the church, there the outreach and grandmotherly tenderness stopped and the cold business of monarchy started. After making their way down the 150-metre-long aisle, Harry and Meghan arrived at their seats. Gone was their top-tier status and instead they were wedged in between Princess Eugenie's husband and former Tequila ambassador Jack Brusquebank on one side and Lady Sarah Chatto, Princess Margaret's daughter and 28th in line to the throne, on the other. The message from the palace in putting the Sussexes in the cheap seats seemed to be, you wanted out? Fine. But it's time to reap what they have sown. While we have had instances of Harry and Meghan being treated with higher ranking status than the other non-working grandchildren of Her Majesty, nor have we witnessed anything even vaguely resembling a genuinely warm show of outreach. So far, all that the Duke and Duchess of Sussex have gotten out of this UK trip is to have to suffer through medium-grade public humiliation in the name of Queen and country. If they had harboured any hopes of enjoying a fresh injection of royal stardust and reminding the world that they are indeed beloved members of the Queen's family, then they would have to be sorely disappointed.